Good day to you. This is David Richamo with Balancing the Triad, Body, Mind, and Spirit. Hope you're doing well on this Sunday, the last day of May for 2021. And we got Memorial Day tomorrow. I definitely got one of my Stars and Stripes shirts on. Had another one yesterday. I'll be wearing one more different one tomorrow. So Balancing the Triad. What if you could handle the different challenges that life throws at you, kind of with grace and ease, not let them bother you too much? I found out the importance of working on my triad, my body, mind, and spirit, several years previous to this incident I'm going to tell you. But it wasn't until this particular thing took place that I really understand the importance of working on it. I went in for a simple biopsy for the tumor, what was called a tumor in my sinus. There was complications. I woke up in ICU the next day with a bunch of tubes coming at me. When I found out it was ICU, my reaction was, okay, I treat it as no big deal. Several days in the hospital, and I had to go home with the 2 tubes out of my nose. Went back the following week, got a cancer diagnosis, which I was actually okay with as well. Complications again, stayed the night, went back the following week. Didn't know if I was going to surgery that day, told them it's the last minute, said come on down, an hour and a half drive. And didn't know if they were going to have to remove part of the eye or part of the brain to get to the tumor. Thankful for me, it was all done through the sinus, which ended up being 8-hour surgery. And 5 or 6 days in the hospital, I think is what it was. But it was once I got done and kind of recovered, I realized I kind of handled everything with grace and ease. It wasn't that big of a deal. So that's what in turn I'm sharing with you, is how to handle, by working on yourself and your body, your mind, your spirit, you're able to handle those challenges in life a little easier. The ones you're going through now, the ones you will go through, including the ones in the past. So that's what Balancing the Triad is. So with that, today's topic, I'm got the screen over here, but I don't have my glass on, it's a little blurry, but I put a post on this earlier today. Hang on. Make sure I can actually read it properly, give an idea what this is. Disney's Alice in Wonderland. This is something I've been thinking about for a number of days, but it finally came up this morning. It came up yesterday again, strongly, but this morning I had to share a post on it. And this is Disney's Alice in Wonderland. That's just the trouble with me. I give myself very good advice, but very seldom follow it. Now, how many of us are actually guilty of that? And I put down that when I shared that image up, I said, I am definitely guilty of that. One of the ideas sometimes with coaching is if we're working with someone, what would you tell your friend that was going through the same situation? And our client can give the advice they'd give to a friend, okay, turn around, take it to yourself. This also going to be on the flip side. There's times we would tell ourselves the most god-awful things, criticize ourselves, belittle ourselves, but yet we wouldn't do that to our best friend. There's things we wouldn't ask our best friend in the world to do, but yet we'll ask ourselves to do it. And yeah, most of the time we do expect more of ourselves than others, but at the same time, if you wouldn't ask your best friend to do it, why would you ask yourself? I'm hoping this kind of makes sense. And I was, in a couple of the posts I mentioned, I had a challenge I was working with. I had to go through and deal with the situation. I had to go through and stop and think, and part of this also came up as I was, mentioned I was in a mastermind. Part of it was yesterday we're breaking 90 days and breaking those down into what we're going to do breaking those down to 3 30-day slots. And then what are the action steps we're going to take for the first 30 days and break it down like week by week. And I was laughing at this because that's what I'd shared with you on the steps to balance your triad, which would be, what are your long-term goals? Or what do you want? What are your long-term goals? Break it down into short-term SMART goals, and then break those down to baby steps and micro goals. And I was laughing at myself. I was like, oh, okay, that's the exact same thing we're being told to do. It's like, yeah, I just got to work on it myself. But the other aspect, I was wrestling with something. I have an opportunity that was presented to me, which is one of the reasons. Heads up, and I've mentioned this before, a lot of times the stuff I share is because it's something I'm going through, more often than not. In one way, shape, or form, it's something I'm dealing with, or at least or someone close to me. And I had an opportunity come up, and it's right now, just thinking about it, my stomach is flip-flopping around. I did take the plunge, but it's what I'm going to have to do to make sure that follows through. Otherwise, it could be some trouble for me. But it's going through and realize, okay, what would I tell a client in this situation? What would I tell a friend in this type of situation? And then I got to turn around and take that advice myself. It's been it's a challenge because sometimes you're so in it for someone else, we forget we can do the same thing for ourselves. So yeah, that was definitely a challenge. Yeah, I took I don't want to say it's a leap of faith, but I got to make sure that I step up in order for this to happen properly, in order for it to not come back and bite me in the backside or knock me down, which it has the potential to, can really cause me some damage. However, if I'm able to step up and follow through, the benefits of it are enormous. Scared? Absolutely. I found some ways to give me a little bit of grace period, if you will. I got some time to do some grace, but also means I need to step up and do the work. Hoping that all makes sense to you. What area of your life, so let me know, just let me know your thoughts. What area of your life have you given yourself really good advice, but perhaps you haven't quite taken it? Ponder that. And as I kind of, to reiterate something else, don't be mad at yourself. Just be grateful that you're acknowledging it. Be grateful to say, hey, I get some good advice, but I just need to start listening to myself at times. That's all it is. Be grateful that you're doing it. Don't put yourself down, but go for it that way. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, whenever you're catching this, and we will catch you for the start of a new week. Take care and balancing to you. Bye-bye.